What's up, everybody? Welcome to the new year, 2018. And today we're doing something a little bit different, which is the Ixalan Sunset Draft. Basically, this will be the last draft I do of Ixalan of the year, I guess. Patrick, hi Terran, I haven't seen you since last year. That's true. That's very true. If you guys can tell, hopefully, by my voice, I am a little under the weather. I feel like a sinus infection. Not entirely sure yet. I'm on some good meds, though, so hopefully I can power through. There'll be a Rivals of Ixalan preview card, or not preview card, like previews video after the Today stream too. So excited to kick off Rivals of Ixalan. Lots of really cool stuff, especially in the Merfolk area being shown recently. Really excited to get that going. But let's get right into it, guys. Let's see. Just make sure everybody can see and hear me. Okay. Cool. William, there was a second cat tribal that tried the anointed procession route, but it got eaten by energy decks. Mine was able to eat 9. Nice. Yeah, I love the cat tribal decks. They're awesome. Let's get right into some drafting. Excuse me. ODC draft. No, I'm just you know, some Dayquil, whatever. Happy New Year, ticklers. My kids made midnight last night. Me, not so much. Kids woke up at 5 minutes to midnight to ring in the new year. I'm getting old. Man, last night we had some friends over for New Year's, and we barely made it to midnight. Oh, hi, Mark. What's up, Evan? Oh, man. It's just so tired last night. And then woke up, and I was like, I just want to go back to sleep. It's awful. Looking forward to watch some Rivals of Ixalan drafts. Yeah, Matt, that's going to be happening in like 2 weeks, I believe. I have to look up the actual release dates and all that kind of stuff, but it's very soon. Basically, we have like a week to do the preview season, and then like the pre-release is that next Friday, I believe. Let me look up the actual days real quick. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, pre-release is the 13th through the 15th. So yeah, next weekend is the pre-release. Draft weekend for us is the 20th through the 22nd, which is, of course, the following weekend. Yeah. Insane. It's good and bad for us, you know, in that we do get through a lot of the information really quickly, as far as like all the cards being spoiled. But it's kind of bad because we have like no time to like linger and kind of think about cards for new sets and new decks. Some previous seasons usually last longer than a week. Shane, yes, they normally last about 2 to 3 weeks, depending on you know, what's happening. But it's just because WotC had so much stuff crammed into the December month that it kind of just like all kind of like pushed the previous season to January, which is kind of sad. Pre-release for Rivals. No, Rivals is in January. Rivals is next weekend. I believe you're thinking of Dominaria. Gizmo thing. Waiting for 3 more players. Apparently I'm out of the loop. No problem. It's okay. No big deal. They are dropping a lot of really hot cards here. Yeah, Evan is here. What's up, Evan? Oh man, you're as tired as I am, I'm sure. I really want to talk about some of the cards, that I think I'm going to save that for the video that I'll be making right after this. But Kumena, Tyrant of Oraska, is looking super good. With the recent controversies, this will hurt WotC. I don't know about that. I mean, a lot of people did not really get into the unset, especially. So, like for me, I largely ignored it, you know. So, hey, is there any hype for Dominaria? Of course. I could sleep another 4-hour CC, I'm sure. Yes. Go favorable wins deck? Maybe. I'd like to get into a Merfolk deck, but we'll probably likely get into a Vampire deck, just depending on what happens. New Merfolk Lord is great. All the Merfolk deck really needs is a 1-drop that can be viable as a Tier 2 standard deck or better. I kind of agree with that. I think the deck does need something. Because that three drop slot is, there's a lot of creatures in the 3-drop slot right now. So, because the Silver Adept and Dominaria is hopefully awesome. Yeah. The Silver Gill Adept is one of the best cards for the Merfolk deck right now in Standard, and Cumina is always good as well. Alright, let's get into it, guys. Make sure that the thing is big enough here. There we go. Okay, we have Vona Butcher. That's amazing. Dustborn Sky Marcher is also good here. Plains is our land. Glorifier of Dusk, Dual Shot, Windstrider, Queen's Agent, Paladin. Lots of fantastic vampires here. We're going to take the rare because we have a decent rare here. Let's take the rare. Sword Point Diplomacy is the rare here. Never passed a Vona in my life. Yeah. What's up, Julio? Let's see here. Skullduggery is very good for us. Probably the best removal spell in the game at the moment in draft. Blightkeeper is also good, but I think we want to go with Skullduggery, which is the combat trick here. Yeah, let's go Skullduggery. Drinking some orange juice from my Hulk cup here. Paladin of the Bloodstained is here. Inspiring Cleric. Anointed Deacon, if we want to go into the Vampire sub-theme here, we can do that. Sword Point will likely wheel. Sword Point really isn't that great in the drafting environment. But I don't really like picking Anointed Deacon here because we already do have a 5-drop. Paladin of the Bloodstained might be the card we want to go with instead. Really don't really see anything else in this besides that. I feel like Paladin will probably wheel, but Anointed is super good too. Yeah, we can try with Paladin here just to Anointed may wheel for us. Blightkeeper, Costly Plunder, Field of Ruin, Mark of the Vampire, Queensbay Soldier, Spell Pierce and Unknown Shore, River's Herald Boon. So we saw 2 of these get passed, so that does mean that Merfolk might be open if we want to go into green here. I do think Deacon will wheel. I do think we wanted to probably grab Mark of the Vampire here. It's just a fantastic card for us. But Blightkeeper is also good too. So I will say Blightkeeper will likely wheel again. Again, this isn't the same pack, but it's going to be likely that it's going to wheel as well. Let's go Mark here. Excuse me. Yeah, Mark of the Vampire is just a fantastic card for us. +2/+2, it has lifelink on a creature. It is 4 mana, so it is kind of expensive, but that lifelink is very important. Conquistador here. Ashes of the Abhorrent, another Paladin. So our opponents don't look to be in vampires at all, which means we get basically the best picks. I say we go with the Conquistador here. Paladin's likely going to wheel here. Another River Herald's Boon, but we haven't really seen any Merfolk of note. So, yeah, taking the other Paladin would have been a good choice, but I think we want to try and keep our curve a little low with Vicious Conquistador. Let's see here. Direfleet Hoarder, Queen's Agent, Shaper Apprentice. There's the Merfolk here that we find that's pretty good. Hoarder might be good here because it does tap for some treasure once it dies. It's a 2/1. Queen's Agent could be good, but it is 6 mana. Keep in mind that this card will likely wheel for us. 3 mana. It's a 3/3 lifelinker for 6, but can be a 4/4 lifelinker. I want to say Direfleet Hoarder is going to be the card for us here. Although we're seeing that the blue is going to be quite open here. I think we want to go with Direfleet Hoarder, but if we see that blue is continuing to be open, we might play into something else here. Sorcerer Spyglass, Desperate Castaways, Dual Shot, Hijack. Nothing really in this set here that we like. Sorcerer Spyglass is pretty decent as far as having a good secondary sideboard potential. Could be a 5/5 with Mark. That's true, Gizmo thing, but it's just again, there's a lot of removal in the format here, so we really want to be cautious about picking our 5 and 6 drops. I think if Paladin was in that, we would have picked Paladin again. But we'll see what happens here. Sorcerer Spyglass being in the sideboard for us, it's not terrible. Lurking Chupacabra, Spell Pierce, Vampire's Zeal. So that wheeled for a good long while there, so good card, want to take that. Probably the best as far as, besides Skullduggery, for us for some combat tricks for vampires. Grim Captain's Call, the Queen's Agent here. Growth. Really nothing of interest here. Queen's Agent could be something we could grab Grimm's Captain's Call. Not great. Let's grab Queen's Agent. Blightkeeper did wheel for us. We're going to grab that. Green and blue seem to be open. So we could get into something like that in pack 2, depending on what we get into. But so far, I'm pretty happy with what we have so far. Said so far twice. Oh, man. What did everyone do for their New Year's? Did they have a party, or you stay at home and just play video games? That's Keeper. Ixalan's Keeper. Blinding Fog. Really nothing of interest here. We could take the first strike here. Or the Keeper here. None of these are great. Let's just take the Keeper here. Spell Pierce did wheel. Dreadnought is not terrible. It's not great. This is a 1 mana life lost, life gain, and we do get some mana out of it. So we could take this into the sideboard. Okay, Blinding Fog again. Don't really need that. Keeper, sure. And some mountains. So the Paladin did not wheel for us, which means that there is someone else that's in this pool that is wanting to try and force. Ooh, we got Sanctum Seeker for our rare as well. We are straight up in vampires. Yeah, we're going to just pick Sanctum Seeker here. MTG Marathon and Drinks. Awesome New Year. Nice. Just watched The Flash with my dad. Nice. I really like The Flash. It's fun. What's up, Jace? Got a Sanctum Seeker for our pack rare. Vona and Sanctum Seeker. We are definitely in the vampire slot here. Went out with some friends last night. Had my first hangover this morning. Your first hangover? Aw. That's nice. Goodness. Really nothing of note in the sideboard right now for us. Another Blightkeeper, Argyle's Bloodfast, Skullduggery, Vanquish the Weak, Legion's Judgment. Lots of good stuff here. I think we want to go with either Skullduggery, Legion's Judgment, or Vanquish the Weak here. Argyle's Bloodfast could be good, depending on what else we get into. I'm not a fan of it, though, in draft, particularly. Between Vanquish the Weak, Legion's Judgment, and Skullduggery, I've highlighted Vanquish the Weak because that's the card that we're going to see most likely in our pack here. Yeah, let's get Vanquish the Weak here. Shapers of Nature, Direfleet Hoarder, lots of green in this pack. Ritual Rejuvenation. Again, Direfleet Hoarder is not terrible here. Bloodfast, a little too risky. I'd take the white card if it cuts off all white. Yeah. Let's grab the Direfleet Hoarder here. Again, it is a 2/1. That's not a vampire, but it does give us treasures. Bloodcraze Paladin, Duskborn Sky Marcher. Sky Marcher is very good for us in the vampire deck. Bloodcraze Paladin may wheel, so we want to just pick the Sky Marcher here. Direfleet Captain, March of the Drowned. Paladin, another Paladin. Yeah, that's an easy pick for us. Conquistador here for us. I think we want to go with Conquistador again. These are going to be kind of easy picks for us. Deep Root Waters. Mark of the Vampire once again. Let's put that into our sideboard. We may bring that into the main board depending on what happens. Skittering Heartstopper. Could go. I'm either between Sentinel Totem and Skittering Heartstopper. I think we want to go with the Heartstopper here. Costly Planner, Spreading Rot, Territorial Hammerskull. Hammerskull's very good. Let's grab the Hammerskull. Even though that's not into the vampire build, Hammerskull is a fantastic card that can really slow down an opponent. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday, Jace. Battleship sounds like you make a good choice. Oh, man. Waiting on the other cards. Excuse me. Blackkeeper did wield. Legion's Judgment wield. Okay. We're between Legion's Judgment and Blackkeeper. Let's grab the Legion's Judgment here. Sure. Nothing of really importance there. Heartstopper has impressed me. I've had to trade it with a Monstrosaur before. Yeah, it's a really good card for us, being able to slow down an opponent if we need it to. We're at 15 cards right now. Our curve isn't looking too bad. What a blatant 3-0 this draft is. Wait, did we just put a Territorial in the sideboard? Or are we so all in on Vampires we don't want to play a top white common? Shane, I do put it in the sideboard for now. We will definitely probably pull it into the main board eventually. I just want to take it out for now just to see what we have in the build. Really nothing interesting in this particular pass. Yeah, we'll likely bring Territorial Hammerskull into the main board, just depending on what happens with the next pack. Swashbuckling. Nothing interesting here. Nothing interesting. And just the land here. How was your Xmas? It was quite good. Got to hang out with family and stuff, so that was fun. Alright, let's see what I have here. Repeating Barrages are rare for the pack here. Kali Honor Guard. Really nothing that can help us in this particular matchup. We do have one Raider's Wake. We could go for another Raider's Wake. That's kind of hilarious, honestly. Jade Guardian is amazing here, but it's really nothing. We also have two rares in this pack, Tocatli and the Repeating Barrage. I want to say we could bring in Tocatli, but I feel like it's not going to be that great, especially on what is most of the creatures in the set. Heartstopper is a good card here, but again, really just nothing of note that's interesting in this pack for us. Let's grab the Honor Guard and put it into the sideboard. We may bring it into the main board. Again, Hammerskull and Tocatli Honor Guard, we may bring it into the main board. It really does shut down the Explore mechanic, so that could be something to bring in from Game 2. Another Tocatli, Heartless Pillage, Zadai Tormentor. Let's see, Cobbled Wings, Demystify. One with the Wind would be fantastic if we were in blue. Another kind of nothing pack for us. Prying Blade is not terrible. Sheltering Light is a decent card for us, but not really something that I really want to get into. Would rather have a Nato Vanguard than Sheltering Light. Heartless Pillage is okay, but it can sometimes just be a dead card in the mid to late game. I think, yeah, we might want to take Demystify for some sideboard tech. Bright Reprisal, Anointed Deacon here. We're going to take the Deacon over the Paladin, because we do have two Paladins. But those are some expensive creatures there. Bright Reprisal is another good card for us, but it is 5 mana. Let's take the Deacon here first. Skullduggery again, another Paladin. Goodness. Wanted Scoundrels. Our curve is going to be a little bit heavy here if we take the Paladin. It seems like we want to. Either that or the Skullduggery. Between the two at the moment. I feel like taking the Paladin would be better for our creature curve here. Scoundrel is good sometimes, but most of the time for me, my luck, Scoundrel just dies and gives my opponent some treasure. So I try to stay away from it, honestly. I've never had good success with the Wanted Scoundrel here. Most of the time it's a turn 2 play that just immediately gets vanquished a week. I think we want to go with let's go with another Paladin here. Queen's Agent, Demystify, Cobbled Wings, Armosaur, and Rallying Roar. Really, again, nothing interesting here. We have the Steadfast here. Yeah, that's true. We don't have a lot of 2-drops for the Scoundrel play. That's true. But also, I feel like Scoundrel is one of those cards that I feel like wheels a lot. Oh, thanks, Schema. Let's see here. Maybe Rallying Roar, maybe Coupled Wings. Armor Sword is decent as well. Collar, Interloper, Mark of the Vampire, Field of Ruin. Yeah, we could take Cobbled Wings there. Steadfast Armor Sword is actually quite good for us, as it is a hard to deal with creature with Vigilance. But don't really want to take Mark of the Vampire again. Not feeling that. But again, really nothing else in this set here for us. We do have a 2/2 with Mystic and Explore for 4. But again, that's a high mana curve. I feel like we just have to take the mark again, even though we don't want to. Queen's Agent to Skyblade. There we go. Yeah, Slash of Talons and Skyblade of the Legion are fantastic cards for us. Let's take Skyblade. Slash of Talons, it's in this pack as well. We're going to take that. Heartstopper. Yeah, we'll take another Heartstopper. Why not? Yeah, this is back all the way to Honor Guard Wield. Sheltering Light and Prying Blade seem to be the cards I'm looking at in this particular pack. But we could just go into Tocatli here, because it doesn't really affect any of our creatures with the exception of Paladin. Let's get Sheltering Light here and put it into the sideboard. Duress, a fantastic card for us. We can bring that to the sideboard. Really nothing interesting here. Let's just get rid of those. Demystify, sure. Blinding Fog, sure. And Plains. Excuse me. So combat trick so far is Vampire Zeal, Flash of Talons. We have Skullduggery, Legion's Judgment, which is I believe, sorcery, correct? Yeah, then Vanquish the Weak is an instant for us. We definitely want to bring in the 2 Mark of the Vampires we have in here, bringing our total to 3, which is kind of insane. I will say that Duress is actually quite good in game 1 as well. Let's sort this real quick. Let's group our creatures separately. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 creatures. We could go with a Queen's Agent here. Territorial Hammerskull could come in as well. My thing is what we would replace Hammerskull with. Maybe a Mark of the Vampire out and a Territorial in. Just have 2 marks instead of 3. I think that's probably the case here. I think we're actually good. So Queen's Agent could come in as a 6-drop for 3. It's a 3/3 lifelinker that can explore. Not a fan of that. It's just expensive for us. I'll leave all the marks. Bring Mark in and take out a, let's see. We have 2 Skittering Heartstoppers. We could take a Blightkeeper out maybe. Or a Duress out. How's that? Take a Duress out and maybe use that for game 2. What's up, Zegading? Yeah, let's add some land here. See, we have 1 creature that is a double black, so I think that's going to be fair. Let's add to the deck here. Sort by color. Should be good to go. Looks like a real decent draft deck. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. We're going to save this real quick and just go to play. Yeah, Sorcerer's Spyglass and Duress are fantastic cards for us. Having 1 Skittering Heartstopper in the deck I think is good, and then bringing in the other Skittering Heartstopper if we're up against a dinosaur build would be great for us. But we definitely got into black-white vampires, no problem. Both of our rares were fantastic. $16 lands seems totally reasonable with this. I really wanted to get into 17 just in case because we have a lot of 4-drops, and I really want to make sure that we hit our 4-drop land on turn 4 as quickly as possible. So we just kind of have a slow, like, mid to late game, or slow early to mid game. But we'll find out in the matches. Make this a little bit larger there. There we go. I'm a fan of Death Touch and Draft. It slows down opponents with creature-heavy strats. Yep. Hugo, big fan. Happy New Year from Portugal. Happy New Year. You landed the Vampire Lord. I'm late to this party. Yeah, Vona was actually our first one in the pack. The Anointed Deacon was in our second pack. Was passed to us. And then our rare in the second pack was Sanctum Seeker. We actually got Decathlon Honor Guard in the third packs, and so it's in the sideboard for us, but really not useful. Make sure this is correct. There we go. Alright, let's see what our opening hand has for us. We have Sky Marcher, Skullduggery, 2 Plains, Mark the Vampire, Direfleet Hoarder. I like this hand because we do have a lot of pieces to our strategy. We do not have a black mana, but we are on the draw. Having a 1/1 here is not bad. I think this is going to be a keep for us. Let's hit 6 for our opponent. Opponent mulligan to 6 here. They might mulligan to 5. Nope, they're not going to. They're keeping the 6. Yeah, no black mana in this opening hand, but we still have a turn 1 play with the Sky Marcher. Keep in mind we have more black mana in the deck than white mana, so the likelihood of us drawing into black mana soon is going to be fine. Playing out of Plains here, and a Encampment Keeper, a 1/1 first striker. That does make this difficult early in the game. Scout our Sky Marcher here and just pass turn. So they'll be able to get in for 1 point of damage, just like we will the following turn with our 1/1 flyer. We desperately need black mana as soon as possible. Drawing 1 black mana and landing Hoarder turn 2 would be pretty nuts. I agree, Zakading. That would be perfect for us. Because then if the Direfleet Hoarder does die from like an Encampment Keeper, we could play out a Paladin on turn 3. Draw black for the win. White black as well for our opponent. Yeah, they're going to get in here for 1. Put that mark on that 1/1 resultant scoop. Oh, nice. We got it. Let's go for the Hoarder here. There we go. Let's get in for 1 here. Could also mark the Sky Marcher and have a sweet 3/3 lifelink. Well, this looks pretty GG. Yeah. Do keep in mind that a 3/3 though can die to vanquish the weak, so we want to make sure that if we do mark the Vampire, we want to make sure it's on something that doesn't die to vanquish the weak. Terran, did you sack a goat today or what? Asking for black and getting a black. 'Tis black magic. It's true. I think it's just because MTGO knows that I'm sick right now. Alright, 4 cards in our opponent's hand. 3 men on the battlefield. They just played out of Plains. Assuming a Hammer Skull play perhaps this turn. If he doesn't have 3 mana cost removal, he's done, I believe. Yeah, I agree. Opponent getting in here for 1, perhaps. If they attack in here, we will get a treasure. And I'd want to use that most likely to play out the Paladin. Yeah. I've noticed people sometimes don't attack into or block a Direfleet Hoarder for a few turns. Yeah, Legendary, but this opponent apparently is not doing that. So we do get treasure here. Direfleet Hoarder is one of the best ways to curve out your mana in draft. There we go. Okay. If our opponent leaves mana up, they might have Vanquished the Weak. Queen's Commission. Create 2 white-whites. 1/1 white-whites. 1/1 lifelinkers, not white-whites. What's happening? Got into a swamp here, so that does mean that we could actually go into mark on the Sky Marcher. and be pretty happy about playing a paladin the following turn. 2 marks. Well, that would be convenient. Not the case. Getting in here for 3/3 in the air. Lifelink. Now, do keep in mind these are 2/2s that have lifelink. So we could actually not attack and hold for blocks. But if they have a removal spell, then it won't matter. Markapalooza. Yeah, we definitely want to play out the paladin the following turn to be able to block some of the vampires here. Sadly, we didn't get into Queen's Commission or anything like that in our draft, but I think we'll be okay. Opponent has 3 cards, drawing into their 4th. Let's see if they have a land drop for the turn. They do. They have a Plains. Hello, happy 2018, everyone. What's up, nerd? At this point, you can probably just go super wide and build a wall. Yeah, I agree, Zakading. Unless they have a removal for the Duskborn Sky Marcher, I feel like this might be game. Opponent looking like they're going to attack out with everybody. New Mark, who dis? Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, man. Last night, to pass the time, we, some friends and I watched The Room, which is the Tommy Wiseau film. It was amazing. Some of the best movie-going experiences you would ever have. One of the best movie-going experiences you'll ever have. With everything you've invested in MTGO, you'll play a lot of Arena when it comes out. Maybe. Just depends. Oh, we have Vana here. Let's get in for some attacks first. Getting in for 3. Now, do keep in mind we have lifelink, so our opponent attacking in with us with these lifelinkers here doesn't hurt us nearly as bad as we're hurting them. I'm disappointed that Tommy Wiseau didn't have the time and schedule to be on the H3 podcast this week. Yeah, that is weird. Zagading. Although they talked about, you know, Logan Paul and Jake Paul stuff, and that was fun. Let's go with Paladin here. Put it down to 15. Okay. We have a wall building up right now. Vicious Conquistador and Skullduggery could be used the following turn. If we get into a mana, we'll play out Vona. That might be it, depending on what our opponent does. 4 cards in their hand. Looks like they're going directly into attacks. Probably passing. Oh, they want to go for an Encampment Keeper here. Okay. They're attacking all out, so they may have a... move here. Vampire Zeal, maybe? We're going to block either way to stop the bleeding. We're going to at least kill one of the lifelinkers. We don't really care about the 1/1 First Striker here. Skullduggery, okay. That's fair. No, not a problem. Looks like opponent may not have a follow-up play for that. 3 cards in hand. They do not. Oh, we get into a swamp here. Let's just get in for 3 again in the air. Again, lifelink is really going to help us a lot. Very nice. We could go for Skullduggery, but we're really going to hold on to that for a more well-timed play. Let's see here. Do you have anything to kill our creature? Looks like you don't. I was just wondering why there's only 80 viewers. Didn't remember the new schedule. Yeah, Zakading, today's the start of the new schedule, so let's go get Vana out here. Look at that. 4/4 Vigilance, Lifelink, pay 7 life, destroy target non-land permanent. He should have just scooped. Maybe, unless he has a Pious Interdiction here in his hand for the Vona. We'll have to see what happens here. Playing out a Swamp. He might have been needing another black source, though, for something he needs in his hand. Walk the Plank could be a possibility. He isn't black. Keep that in mind. I know no schedules actually just caught the stream and opened. Nice. Julio, I've changed the schedule for this year for the the start of the stream. So the start of the streams are now starting at noon Central Standard Time. And I told that like they would end around 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yeah, Legion's Judgment here. That does suck. But that kind of wastes their turn on that. But going until, yeah, from noon to about 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, depending whatever comes first. Either we finish the draft or we go 5 rounds in a regular deck in a format. What's up, Bunmask? Yeah, sadly we couldn't do vulnerability there because Summoning Sickness. So, 2 cards in our opponent's hand. They are holding on here. Hit cancel real quick. We're going to have the Conquistador and Blightkeeper this next turn. We'll likely use Skullduggery as soon as possible. Getting in for 3 points in the air. Let's get out a Blightkeeper and a Conquistador. Three cards in our opponent's hand. Getting the subscribe notification reminded me of the time change. Gotcha. 6 mana. 2 cards in their hand. So they can play out Queen's Agent. They could play out any large creature here. Doesn't seem like they have drawn into it, though. I feel like our opponent's at a real disadvantage right now. Excuse me. Alright, Rival Spoilers. Kind of disappointed about Kumena, but I'm sure I like the new flip card in Angrath. Anointed Deacon here. Ooh, okay. Okay. Anointed Deacon does hurt us a little bit, because we can give lifelink to this particular vampire here. It is +2/+0, so we can still Skullduggery, no problem. They have 1 card in hand. Let's see. We're just going to Skullduggery right now and kill the vampire. And the reason is because the lifelink, which does slow us down significantly in being able to close out the match. Alright, so Anointed Deacon could get in for 5 the following turn, and that is annoying. But we can get in for 4 in the air and gain life, so I think we'll be fine. Former Dinosaurs a thing? Yeah, that card is random. Let's get in for 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage with 3 lifelink. We're at 26 right now, going to 29, so taking 5 points of damage won't be that big of a deal. Probably taking 6 points if they have a kill for the Vicious Conquistador. Opponent down to 9. We're slowly pinging him away. Okay. What do you got? Paladin? Okay. Again, the lifelinker for us on this particular thing will hurt us because it does slow us down significantly. But at the same time, we should be fine if we can get in for 4 more points of damage and close out the match soon. Getting in for 5, 6, maybe? Just 5? Okay. Yeah, we'll just let that happen. Would honestly love to get into a Mark of the Vampire again because we have, 3 in the deck. Let's see. Got into a Plains. So not exactly what I wanted. Well, we do actually have enough for a Blightkeeper play. Getting in for 3, dropping them down to 6. Blightkeeper them for 4. So that is 2, and then Conquistador for 1. Then they have 1 turn to come back on us. I want to say we want to attack out first and be a little bit safe. Now, Conquistador would be annoying if we attacked out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up to lose 5 life. Yeah, well, let's just get in here for 4. And then we'll have the Conquistador to block the lifelinker. Because keep in mind it's +2/+0, so this will just be a 3/1 that we can just block with a Conquistador. Let's just get in here for some damage. Down to 5. And next turn we should be able to win. Now if they do the +2/+0 onto the vampire, here it's going to get us up to 3, take them up to 8. We can get another 3 in here, drop them down. Let's see, get another 3, 4 actually in. Drop them down to 4, and then do a Blightkeeper. That's if they don't have anything in their hand to interact with our situation here. Wow, they're actually doing Anointed Deacon on itself again. Interesting. So either they have a Pious Interdiction or something like that for a removal spell for one of our creatures, or they have a Vampire Zeal perhaps, or Skullduggery. No, they're just getting in for 8. Okay. We're just going to let that happen. Interesting. I guess they don't have anything. Okay. Yeah, Blight does need to tap, so we do want to keep that in mind. Do you have a kill spell for the Blightkeeper, perhaps? Or the Sky Marcher? Steadfast Armor Shore. Okay, so that doesn't help you at all. I think we win this next turn. Sweet. Let's get out a swamp here. It really doesn't help our situation. Lose 4, gain 4, and then we just attack 3 in the air. Or just a Vicious Conquistador tap, and that should be it. There we go. That's game. Let's get into game 2 here. I feel like we really don't need to bring anything in, honestly. Heartstopper could come in here. Sheltering Light could come in. Besides that, we really don't have anything else we want to bring in here. I think we're actually fine. Let's just submit. I feel pretty confident about that. Sheltering Light is a card that I could have thought about bringing in. Another interesting hand here for us. This is going to have to be a mulligan based on the mana curve here. Let's mulligan. Slash of Talons and 5 lands. Oh, man. This is a typical Terran hand now. Bring in Lifelinker. Yeah, it feels fine. Let's mulligan one more time. Blightkeeper. I think it's going to be a keep for us. Heartstopper. Let's bottom that. We really need mana instead. Having Direfleet Hoarder in our hand is actually quite good. So, yeah, those 2 other hands were kind of bad. There we go. Let's get a swamp in here. Let's go for a Blightkeeper. And a turn 3 Paladin could happen if they have an attacker on turn 2. That or a Mark of the Vampire on the Blightkeeper. So they may want to preemptively use Skullduggery on a Blightkeeper here. If they play out a creature. Turn 1 Blightkeeper with aggressive curve is so radical. So radical. It's true. It's very true. Adonto Vanguard. Ooh, I hate that guy. That guy sucks. Let's see your planes. Actually, not terrible either. Let's get a swamp out here. Let's go for a Hoarder. Just get in for 1 here. Do keep in mind that if they attack out, we'll obviously want to block with the Direfleet Hoarder. And then we will use Mark of the Vampire on the Blightkeeper. Just like we did last game, but instead of the Sky Marcher, it'll be on the Blightkeeper. they will have to pay 4 life to keep the Adanto Vanguard alive. So that is something to keep in mind. Okay. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. Do keep in mind we are at a disadvantage with our opponent. Our opponent kept a 7-card hand, so we mulligan to 5. Territorial or Hammer Skull does make this a bit harder to deal with. However, that's on attacks, so they're passing turn. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So we have Vampire Zeal here. So if we do not attack out here, let's see. Let's attack out here because of Vampire Zeal can give this +2/+2. Territorial Hammer Skull is going to make the mana ramp here a little bit more difficult. Opponent may just take the 3 points of damage, though. Yeah, they're taking it. Yeah, we're not going to use Vampire Zeal instead. No problem. Chumming against Adanto is going to be sweet. Well, yeah, the Territorial Hammer Skull makes it a little bit more difficult to do that. So we definitely want to try and get rid of the Hammer Skull as quickly as possible. Either that or draw into another mana, get out a Paladin so they have so we have lots of different choices. I'm assuming they're just going to swing out for, yeah, 5 here. No problem. Would love to get into a mana this turn. 5 cards in their hand. They haven't played a mana yet, so that's good for us. Come on, mana. Playing out a Skyblade of the Legion. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we can go for a Mark of the Vampire on the Blightkeeper here, getting in for 3/3. Very nice. Hammer Skull plus Vanguard. Yeah, I feel like Hammer Skull is such an amazing card in draft. I feel like it's too good, honestly. We're going to attack out again for both because they're going to use the Territorial every time on the Dire Fleet, so it's not worth it to use use that. So they're going to take 5. We're going to gain 3. So they're going to try and race us, but the lifelink on our side is really going to help us out. Vampire Zeal again is going to help us because we can actually turn Blightkeeper into a 5/5. Playing a Paladin next turn is going to be great for us too because we can go wider and make sure that if the Hammer Skull does attack out, ooh, they grab the Vampire Zeal here. But they do know we have a Paladin, so we still outclass them. They haven't hit a land yet. No land on turn 4 or turn 5, seems like. Yeah, at uncommon it's sick. Well, this is actually a common. This is uncommon, of course, yeah, but I feel like Hammer Skull is more important than Adanto Vanguard. However, Vanguard, if you do have any kind of life gain in your deck, Vanguard is ridiculous. I'm assuming an all swing out here. Really their only last choice to do that. They may keep up blocks. Yeah, they're going to keep Skyblade up. Tapping down Dire Fleet once again. Excuse me. Having this basically lets you kill one creature of your choice every blocking phase. It's true. Getting in for 5 once again. We're down to 13. Putting a mark on Adanto is my jam. Another Mark of the Vampire here. Oh, so if we... Oh my gosh. Yeah, we want to go with Paladin the Bloodstain here first. Having Mark in our hand is amazing. We could use that on Dire Fleet, but I want to be very careful to not to play around a Legion's Judgment. Let's get in here for some damage. Getting in for 5 again, dropping them down to 6. They don't block. I'm assuming they would block the Dire Fleet here. They may not, though. Oh, they're going to. Okay, that's fair. Now, we don't necessarily need that treasure at the moment. But they are at 8 now, so... I'm assuming the Territorial Hammock Skull is going to name Paladin here. And then they're going to get in with Adonto and maybe Skyblade. Yeah, they can't be so gung-ho with Vanguard much anymore. They have 4 cards in hand. They just hit their land, so they do have 4. So they could go for Pious Interdiction here. They could go for Queen's Commission with a 3 mana. They could go for the 4 mana create 3/1/1s. Or just attack out again. Okay. Assuming that they're going to tap down the Paladin here. Now, the only thing is, if we do block the Adonto Vanguard, they will likely not pay the mana and Adonto will die. Wow, they're tapping down the Lifelinker. That's interesting. So that tells me that they have a Skullduggery in hand. But Skullduggery still means that Paladin kills Adonto Vanguard here. Let's see if they want to do it. They might have Vampire Zeal too. But it feels pretty obvious that they have a Skullduggery. Yeah, they're going to save it. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, we don't want to get rid of the Hammer Skull here. And the reason we did that is because we can use Mark of the Vampire on this Vampire, making him a 3/3 Lifelinger. Call to the Feast. There we go. That's kind of what I was expecting here. Slash of Talons here. Okay. We could actually do Mark of the Vampire again on the Blightkeeper, honestly. And then hold up a Slash of Talons with the treasure. Getting in for 5 points of lifelink damage in the air, dropping them down to 3. The only thing here is if they have Legion's Judgment. Let's see. Probably take the token if I were them. Otherwise, just chump and yeah. Let's see. We could go for Slash of Talons if we attack in here with both of these guys. Attack and slash. Yeah, we can't pop Keeper net yet, so maybe attack for both here. Yeah, blocking one here. Maybe no blocks. Oh, they're gonna block this way, okay. That's fair. We do get to kill the 1/3 here. We gain 4, go to 18. They're at 5. Let's keep Mark of the Vampire in our hand for now. So they can get in for 5 points of damage again this coming turn. And gain 3 life. They're at 5 mana, 3 cards in hand. Pious Interdiction maybe on the Blackkeeper. Anointed Deacon here. Oh, that's really going to hurt us. Yeah, 3, 4, 5. They're going to go to 10 here with Lifelink. That is the, you know, the gamble we make against the vampires. Tapping down, getting in for 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the Deacon is one of those cards that can just win them the game outright, so we want to be very careful here. We're down to 11. Having Vona is not bad. Let's get out Vona here. And get in for 3. Alright, let's see if they have Legion's Judgment from the Vona. If they do, that means we can mark on the Blightkeeper next turn. But the Vampires here are really going to hurt us since the Territorial Hammer Skull taps down Vona. Do keep in mind, though, that Vona does have Vigilance and Lifelink, so we do have the ability to attack in and use Vona's ability if we want to. We'll definitely want to use it on the Anointed Deacon, because the Deacon is ridiculous. We might just actually put Mark of the Vampire on Vona to make a 6/6 here. Looks like they're going to get in here for some points of damage. Just the 3/1. But trying to play around a Skullduggery, I would assume. Or play with a Skullduggery. We're not going to have any of that. Getting in for a 6 here. Yeah, we're going to let that happen. And the reason is because we know they have Skullduggery in hand. We go down to 8. Do they have Legion's Judgment in hand? 3 cards in hand. They do not. Sweet. Okay. Let's put the mark right here on the Vona. We're going to gain 6 life with this Vona play. Let's get in for some attack here. For some lifelink damage, getting 9 life back. We're going to be paying 7 of it, though, to kill the Anointed Deacon. Brona coming in clutch. Yeah. Does our opponent have sack attacking creature? Maybe. Going 9, going up to 17, paying 7, killing the Anointed Deacon. They could block here if they want to. We are hitting in for 9. Yeah, they're going to block, okay. That's fair. No, not over just yet. Let's see. Yeah, I think we want to kill the Deacon here, like right now. And the reason is because if they have a kill spell next turn, or we get into their combat, that would hurt us a lot. Let's see what you have. Costly Plunder. They're going to draw 2 cards with that. That's fair. We are at 10 here, so they can do 4 points of damage next turn, dropping us down to 6. They just drew 2 cards, though, so we're definitely at a disadvantage from the turn before. But I don't think they can kill us this turn. Yeah, Vona's going to get tapped either way. Costly Plunder is annoying, though, to give them some stuff. Pious Interdiction on the Vona. Glorifier of Dusk. Ooh. That is annoying, but really nothing we can't handle. Looks like they're going to get in for 2 here. Drop me down to 8. Alright. Skybladed Legion. Let's get that out. Let's just get in with the Vona here. And the reason is because you can pay 2 life, and Glorifier can get flying. They could double block here. That is fair to do. Yeah, we're only attacking with the Vona this turn. Now, this is an option where they can double block here, and we can do Vona to... looks like they're not going to block. Or are they? A double block, we'll have to use Vona here to tap Glorifier, or tap Territorial. No, they're just going to take it. Wow, okay. That is fair. That's true, Lighthammer. We could have done that as well. I wanted to play it a little safe, though. I feel like we've got this, though. They played out a Swamp here, 4 cards in hand. Legion's Judgment, probably an eventuality in their hand here. If they use that, we can use Vona as a way to kill the Glorifier here. Let's see. Is this the kill spell? Queen's Agent, okay. Yeah, Josh, that probably was the better play there. I think on their incept, though, we'll definitely want to kill the Glorifier. They grabbed a planes from that. Oh, wait, it's sorcery. You're right, you're right. Sorry about that. Or not sorcery, but only on my turn. Yeah, they're going to pass here. Got into a planes. Yeah, I think we just attack out here, correct? Should be the correct line of play. We could kill Glorifier of Dusk here. If they... one thing they could do here, they could also block with the Queen's Agent, Territorial, and the 2 Vampires to kill Vona here. If that's the case, we would want to kill Territorial and the Queen's Agent. Yeah, kill the Glorifier of Dusk here. Getting in with 9 points of lifelink damage. 4 in the air, or 3 in the air. 4 in the air, actually, but 3 lifelink. Is that game? That is it! Nice! So we actually have a win here. Let's go to match 2 here. Update your listing. There we go. And play another league match. Very good. Was worried they would just block everything with the Vona there, and they might have an ability to kill the Glorifier the following turn, but they didn't. All right, let's get into match 2 here. Yeah, they could have lived with the chump blocks, but I think they just gave up. They were playing a rather slow match there. Opening hand for us, we have Heartstopper, Sanctum Seeker, Mark, Vanquish the Weak. This is kind of a bad hand for us because it is kind of expensive with the 4 drops here. We do have 2 mana though, and a Heartstopper. It's not bad. It's not good. I think it's just a solid 5 out of 10. Having 2 swamp in here does make sure that we have a Sanctum Seeker coming in. But let's keep this. Gizmo mulligan? Yeah, that's probably fair to do a mulligan. There is no turn 2 play, that's true. We are on the draw though, so I don't feel too bad. Vicious Conquistador. We do have a turn 2 play with those. Let's get Conquistador out first. And then next turn play out the Heartstopper. So we're lucky with that. Black blue. Opponent is passing here. Dustborn Sky Marcher coming in here. Let's get out a Skittering Heartstopper with 1 mana available for the Heartstopper play, and just get in for 2 points of damage here. Gonna yield to that. Drop him down to 18. Would love to get into some mana in the next draw. Opponent playing on an island. Playing Pirate's Cutlass. Legion's Judgment. Again, nothing we really want to deal with right now. Let's get in for the 3 points of damage here. That attack is a win already. We'll see what happens. This looks like maybe a Grixis Pirates or a Dimir Pirates. So we really need mana as soon as possible. Not hitting our 3rd mana drop there really hurts us. Gonna hit 6 for our opponent. Well, they passed. Ooh, Darkfleet Hoarder. Let's get that out. Opponent doesn't have anything, looks like. They might have a flash creature. Doesn't look like it, though. Dropping our opponent down to 12. Gonna hit 6 for our opponent here. Got into a swamp, 5 cards in hand. Playing out a Deadeye Tormentor for 2. And attaching the Pirate's Cutlass to that. Plains, there we go. So Legion's Judgment here is going to kill the Deadeye Tormentor. And then we just attack in now for 5. Only flash at 5, you're right. Let's get in here for 5. Good thing we had Legion Judgment in our hand. Vanquish the Weak would have been unable to kill that creature. Opponent is at 7 on turn 6. 5 cards in hand. Oh, that was a fast game 1. Okay. Let's go to game 2 here. I really don't think we need to take anything out, honestly. I think we're fine. Tocatli Honor Guard could come in here to shut down some enter the battlefield abilities. Kept a 5 land hand. We're going to submit here. I think we're fine. That's what she says. That's what she said thing. Okay. Feeling real good about this match here. Seemed the opponent kept a terrible hand. But we'll see what happens in this next game. 2 Mark of the Vampires, Vanquish the Weak, Vona, and Skyblade with 2 lands. You know, this is probably going to be a keep for us because of the Skyblade here and the Vanquish. We are on the draw as well. I feel like this is a keep. It is less about playing out lots of creatures as it is about playing Mark of the Vampire. We'll keep it, though, because we just won the first match, so feeling cocky and confident. Having 2 Mark of the Vampires in this hand here is pretty good. You would mulligan again? I mean, again, being on the draw really does change my mind on a lot of these, like, kind of okay hands. Yeah, all your cheap other cards have great synergy with this hand. Yeah. Pulling out an island here. Let's see what we draw into. Conquistador? Nice. Let's get Conquistador out and pass turn. Opponent's turn here. We're going to hit 6 for them. Blink and you missed 2-1. Stefan, that was me. We won that. Got into a plains there. Let's get out Skyblade here. Again, getting in for 2 points damage. The Vicious Conquistador. Just a fantastic card for us. Vanquish the Weak will likely be used next turn. But yeah, it's based on how our mana curve is, we really have the marks here for the pumping of the lower end creatures. So I think we kept a pretty decent hand. Siren Lookout here. It's a 2/3. Desperate Castaways is what is on the top there. They're throwing it to the graveyard. Got into a swamp. So we do have Mark of the Vampire on turn 4. Let's go for Vanquish the Weak on the Siren here. And just get in for 3 points of damage. We are just rolling our opponent over. Alright. Next turn we can Mark the Vampire on the Skyblade. I'm going to limit here and say this game will be a brutal Savage Wrecked game. Unless our opponent has some type of removal for the Skyblade or Vicious Conquistador. Siren's Lookout coming in here. They're going to get they got an island out of that. Okay, so it's just a 1/2. Paladin. Let's go for a mark here on the Skyblade. Those marks are just hacking. It's true. 3/5 lifelink and a 1/2 that they can't kill. So, and it's also going to do 1 point of damage regardless. His New Year's resolution was probably to get stomped on more. Esper and Ixalan, did not see that before. Yeah, I've never really seen Esper and Ixalan really work that well. So, Skullduggery here perhaps? Or are they just going to block here? Yeah, they're just going to block, okay. That's fair. Next turn we can do a Mark of the Vampire on the Skyblade again, or the Vicious Conquistador, depending on what our opponent does. We might play out the Paladin, depending on if they play out and go wide with some vampires. If not, I feel like just playing out Mark of the Vampire is fair again on the Vicious Conquistador. Pious Interdiction on the Skyblade. They kind of expected that. They are going to gain 2 life from that. Does waste their entire turn to do that, though. Skullduggery. Let's go for Mark of the Vampire on the Vicious Conquistador here. It's now a 3-4. They can just immediately do 1 point of damage. We're just banging on all cylinders right now. Would love to get a mana next turn. Opponent let that happen because they don't want to lose their creature just yet. They may have another removal spell for the Vicious Conquistador here. But it is a 3-4, so Legion's Judgment can't be the target here. Let's see, 4 mana. Another Pious Interdiction. Shining Aerosaur, okay. It is a 3-4, so that does mean that Vicious Conquistador will survive if they block with it. Getting out of planes here. Let's go for an attack here. What we're going to do first is we're going to attack first and use Skullduggery if they decide to double block. Looks like they're going to do that. Alright, we're going to, let's see. +1. And short -1 there, right? Ouch. You will always draw 9 dinosaurs, Ixalan, no matter what. Opponent really feeling the burn here from our creatures. It's getting out a... Paladin here. Oh, negative the blue. That's what we should have done there. You're right, you're right. I'm going to update our punt counter there. We should have negative the blue there. And the reason is because the lookout would have died as well. But you're absolutely right. My bad. Either way, the Conquistador does survive that. And we have 30 life, by the way. Okay, Sky Marcher. Okay, or Sky March Bloodletter. It's a 2/2 flyer. Yeah, that was my fault there. Because we made a 4/5. And the 4/5 could kill this Aerosaur and kill the lookout. 3 cards to hand. Playing off Vona here is pretty safe. Let's go in for some attacks with the Paladin and the Conquistador. Opponent is really on the back end thanks to our just unending barrage of vampires. Yeah, going to trade here. That's fine. They're going to take 3. And we're going to play out Vona. Just an unending list of great vampires. Would not have killed both, but the dino was dead either way. Oh, gotcha, Gizmo thing. No problem. You're right, because it would have done 4 damage to that. Gotcha. That's it. Nice! That was the quickest 2-0 I've ever done in my life. Wow. I tell ya. Let's go into match 3 here. It's so funny, like, especially when you're at the start of a drafting format, like with Ixalan. Like, Ixalan was probably one of the hardest drafting formats I've ever played in, because it's just so difficult to get all the cards you want to get. And then near the end of the drafting format, it's just like, it just comes together so easily. Let's get into round 3 here. Another draft after this? Probably not. I'm probably going to lay down and take some more medicine, honestly. Opponent is having an awful 2018 so far. Yeah, I'm not feeling too great either. Let's see here. Anointed Deacon, Sanctum Seeker, Mark the Vampire, Slash of Talons. So if we get into a mana here, we are on the draw. Let's keep that. Yeah, you're right, Steven. I was just... Just trying to think outside the box, I guess. Mountain for our opponent. Plains. Nice. So that does mean we do have... Let's got plains here and hold up a Slash of Talons. Medicine, our baby boy. Yeah, I have a sinus infection right now. Zacading, if you can't tell. I'm going to, after the stream today, I'm going to do the Rivals of Ixalan preview cards, and then I will be promptly falling asleep. Alright, let's go for a Direfleet Hoarder here. Got into a Vona as well. And pass turn. Let's see what our opponent wants to do here. They could attack out for 1-2. I don't mind blocking that and killing it. I feel like they don't want to do that, though. Unknown Shore here. A Raptor Hatchling. It's a 1-1. Wow, they are going to attack here. Interesting. They're not. Okay, wow. Yeah, it was strange that they thought about attacking there. Vanquish the weak. That does make it a little bit easier for us. We want to vanquish the weak, the Raptor Hatchling, because if it does get damage dealt to it, it creates a 3-3. But if it's just destroyed, it does not create a 3-3. So let's get in here for 2. Assuming that they'll want to block here. Yes. Okay, good. That does mean we have Slash of Talons up available. But we won't want to use that. We'll want to use Sanctum Seeker probably instead. If we get into a mana next turn, we might play out Anointed Deacon or Vona. It really depends on what happens to this turn. Getting out Blossom Dryad. Okay, so they're trying to redo their board state here. Got into a... Come on, mana. Give me some mana. Slash online. Mark the Vampire here. Okay, so let's just go for a Sanctum Seeker. I think that's pretty fair. And pass turn. It's a 3-4 that can withstand a Lightning Strike, so that's pretty fair. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. 4 mana. They're going to untap here. Looks like they're going to try and go for a Monstrosaur. Unfriendly Fire. Ouch. Or are we getting Saplings and Rivals anyway? Not really sure. Come on, mana. I really need mana. Thank you so much. We don't have a creature to play this turn, but Unfriendly Fire slows us down quite a bit. Let's get into another mana next turn, please. Raptor. Yeah, they're going to attack in with the Blossom here. We're going to Slash of Talons that. Come on, mana. Yes. Yes. Let's go for Ivona here. They have 1 card in hand. Remember, Anointed Deacon could come in here, but we really want to use Anointed Deacon as like a combat trick almost. Playing a blue. Okay, interesting. They have 1 card in hand. Would assume it's not another Unfriendly Fire. Prep for Dominaria? Probably. Yeah, they're going to block their pass turn here. That is understandable. Got a swamp there. Let's go for Anointed Deacon here. Give Vona a +2/+0. Getting in for 6. Oh! Sideboard! Oh, man. Who am I watching? What have you done with Terran getting mad when you want to? Yeah, it happens. It happens. 2018's looking up for me, man. Again, I think we're fine. Skittering Heartstopper could come in here against a Dinosaur matchup here. Take out... Yeah, let's get the Heartstopper in here, take out a Conquistador. I think that's fair. Let's hit submit. Insta scoop. I mean, they can't do anything against a 6/4, you know, with Lifelink and Vigilance. Very hard to deal with. This is going to be a mulligan for us. I think you need to get sick more often. Direfleet and Territorial. You know, this is actually not a terrible hand for us. Let's keep it. We're going to be on the draw again, so gonna bottom that swamp. Might be a mistake for us. Playing a forest here, Sanctum Seeker. That was a mistake for us, but we're gonna play out a swamp here. Dire Fleet will honestly die soon, so a Sanctum Seeker can be used quickly. Getting out probably a... well, nothing. Okay, interesting. Let's go for a Dire Fleet Hoarder this turn. Oh, a Conquistador. Yeah, we want to go with the Hoarder first. And pass turn. Hit 6 for our opponent. He definitely shouldn't have scooped so fast. Well, you know, sometimes he had one card in hand, Julio, so sometimes opponents really don't have anything on their side. Let's get in for attacks first. They might want to block here. If that's the case, we can get out Sanctum Seeker this turn. Don't feel like they'll want... they do, okay. Ooh, they're not going to. What's happening? Okay, they're not going to. Let's go for Hammer Skull here. And pass turn. Next turn we can get out a 4th land. Maybe draw into a mark. That'd be amazing for a Territorial or Hammer Skull to have a mark on it. 4/5 with lifelink that can tap a creature. They do have 5 mana at their disposal right now thanks to Blossom. 5 cards in hand. So Monstersaur is not out of the it's not out of the picture. Could be used. 4 mana. I'm tapping a red. Playing out a Spiketail Ceratops. 4/4. Let's go for a swamp here. So we drew into enough for our Sanctum Seeker. We could go for a Territorial or Hammer Skull, attack into this with a Sanctum Seeker play. Jacob, hey Terran, I played a very slightly modified version of your Rakdos Pirates my first standard tournament this past weekend. 4-0-1 in Swiss and 3rd overall, losing in 3 semifinals. Nice! 4-0-1 is pretty good, I would say. Yeah, I think we want to go with the Sanctum Seeker here and just attack out. Do keep in mind the Territorial Hammer Skull can tap down the Spiketail. Yep. Getting in for 4 points of damage here, dropping down to 14. Having Skullduggery in our hand does make it kind of easy for us to kill the Spiketail with the Sanctum Seeker in our play. We'll see what happens, though. Attack for Skullduggery and cast Seeker with Treasure. True. But Territorial taps down the Spiketail, so... and them getting in for 6 points of damage that you want to this turn is not terrible. I'm curious if you feel like your Rakdos or Grixis Pirates is a stronger deck. Rakdos' Scribe, I think it could have been more effective with a bit more control on card draw. Yeah, Jacob, I think Grixis will get a lot better with Rivals of Ixalan, so I would definitely hold off on building a new Pirates deck until Rivals of Ixalan spoilers are out completely, which should be out by Friday. So they're dropping some today, and they'll be dropping them all throughout the week. Register Alpha here, perhaps? 5 mana. 6 mana, looks like. Sunbird's Invocation, okay. Opponent's playing something real dumb. I gotcha. Getting in for 4 here. We can't Skullduggery this turn, but we have 20 life, so not a big deal going down to 16. Okay. Let's get Conquistador out here. Yeah, we're going to just start swinging. Awesome, really fun deck to play. Thanks for sharing it. I'm going to plan on taking some versions of the GP Seattle in April. That's awesome, Jacob. Let me know how you do. If they can live that long. Opponent down to 6 here. Now, do keep in mind they'll lose 1 life from the Vicious Conquistador, the Sanctum Seeker, and Vicious Conquistador again. So they'll lose 3 life just from attacking with these 3 cards. So, 4 cards in hand here. I'm not going to Skullduggery for a combat trick. They might Unfriendly Fire, though. If they Unfriendly Fire, we can Skullduggery Sanctum Seeker and make the Spiketail not as good. Looks like that's what they're going to do. Yeah, unfriendly fire targeting Sanctum Seeker. It does 4 points of damage, right? Yeah. Yeah, Skullduggery here. Making sure that our creature lives through that. Sunburn Invocation is annoying, though. They go 5 cards deep. I did call the blatant 3-0, didn't I? You did, that's true. Ooh, strike! Wow, they have to burn 2 cards on the Sanctum Seeker here. Nothing we could do about that. Ouchies. Yeah, they're not going to attack out. That's pretty fair. Skyblade of the Legion. Let's get that out. We'll definitely want to attack out here. Tap down the Spiketail. They lose 1 life, they go to 5. So they'll likely want to kill the Vicious Conquistador to keep their creature alive. But having a Skyblade in the air is going to be kind of difficult for them. 3 cards in hand. They're going to kill this Dire Fleet. That's interesting. They're going to go down to 3. I would have killed the Vicious Conquistador because that's indirect damage. So now we can just attack with Conquistador and Skyblade and win. Interesting they did that. Playing out an island. 3 cards in their hand. Let's see. Fire Cannonade. That does kill Conquistador. Crazy that they burned Lightning Strike and Unfriendly Fire. I feel like we've got this. Fire Cannon Blast going to the Territorial or Hammerskull. Again, keep in mind that if they did not kill Vicious Conquistador or Skyblade, that we still have this. Unless they have other removal spells, but they just burned their red mana. Maybe they have Savage Stomp here? If they have Savage Stomp, what is happening? Huntmaster, okay. Yeah, we win. I don't know why our opponent didn't kill the Conquistador there. Can I point out that Unfriendly Fire is a fun card name? It is a hilarious card name. I love that name. It's also a very good card in draft, just overall. Yeah, opponent, you lose now. I don't understand why you did that. 1 card in hand, all tapped out. Yeah. Mark of the Vampire. No, not Mark. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, we just attack out here, and you automatically lose. Yep, 1 in the air. You can't block, and 1 on the ground. That's it. Wow, we 3-0'd. Holy God almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last Ixalan draft, and we 3-0'd. I'm really excited for Rivals of Ixalan draft. I can't wait for that. I really think it will smooth out the drafting situation that Ixalan kind of provided. Terran with his sniffles is brutal. Yeah, I guess it's because I'm slowed down, Redeal. That's probably what happened. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, we definitely went out with a bang with the Ixalan draft. I'll be excited to get into Rivals of Ixalan draft whenever that happens. Do keep in mind that it's on that one it's 2 Rivals packs and 1 Ixalan pack. So Ixalan will still be in the draft environment. But appreciate it, guys. Like the video if you liked it, of course. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is going to be kind of a early stream here. We're actually ending like within an hour and a half and not by 3, which is strange. We could do another one, but I'm not feeling that great. But I really appreciate it, guys. I'll be uploading a Rivals of Ixalan preview cards as soon as this is done. So really excited to get that out to you. This is probably one of those, quote, cornered animal things with Terran being sick. No, we just got some really good picks in our draft. I think that's the key there. I do think Black White Vampires is probably one of the best. $2 donation from Gimo Champ. Get well soon, Terran. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We'll definitely be drinking some orange juice right now. We'll definitely try and get some more medicine in me. pretty soon. But I appreciate it, guys. I'm going to get off here for the day. And I'll see you tomorrow with some standard decks. So, yeah. Have a good day. Happy New Year. And see you tomorrow.